If you were closely following the Lakers vs. Warriors game, you probably realized it was more than just a regular season matchup. It had the feel of a playoff preview, intense, high IQ basketball with plenty of adjustments, star performances, and a few unexpected heroes emerging. Let's break it down. In the first quarter, both teams came out firing on all cylinders. But don't be fooled, it was more about impressive shot-making than weak defense. As the quarter progressed, both teams locked down defensively, showing exceptional discipline. The Warriors ran into an early problem, trying to hide Steph Curry on Rui Hachimura instead of on Luka or Austin Reeves. The Lakers quickly caught on, with Rui taking full advantage and putting up 7 points early. The Warriors also struggled on the boards, particularly when Jackson Hayes was facing Draymond Green at center. Hayes and the Lakers dominated, grabbing 8 offensive rebounds in the first quarter, resulting in 10 second-chance points. Despite all this, the Warriors held a 4-point lead at the end of the first. The second quarter began with back-to-back turnovers by the Warriors, making it their 8th of the game. Credit goes to the Lakers' active defense. However, LA began to settle for three-pointers instead of exploiting their size, which played right into the Warriors' hands. Missed shots led to fast breaks, which is exactly what Steve Kerr wanted. Kuminga had a standout moment, grabbing a rebound and powering coast-to-coast for an and one. The Lakers' transition defense remains a weak spot, and Kerr made sure his team took advantage. Golden State also flipped the script on the boards, securing 8 offensive rebounds and converting them into 14 second-chance points in the second quarter. Curry got a long rest and came back around the 7-minute mark, a crucial stretch for the Warriors. In Curry's absence, the Warriors outscored the Lakers by 10 points, a dangerous gap since Curry's return always increases Golden State's offensive potency. The Warriors moved the ball well, with timely cuts and precise passing. One standout moment came when Santos found Curry on a backdoor cut for an easy finish and foul. For the Lakers, Luka struggled, hitting just 3 of 11 shots for 8 points in the first half. However, Rui continued to dominate mismatches, putting up 13 points on 50% shooting in the first 17 minutes. LeBron was quiet, taking only 4 shots, 2 of them three-pointers, and making both. The biggest first-half story was Brandon Pajki, who exploded for 22 points on 72% shooting, including 6 of 7 from deep, capped off by a buzzer-beating half-court shot. A standout sequence saw him fill the lane for a Curry dish and then intercept a Lakers outlet pass to hit another pull-up 3. This kind of performance made it clear Pajki could be a serious X-factor in the postseason. However, Curry did take 2 hard falls on his sore back on the same possession, which could be a concern for Golden State as they face Denver and Houston next. Curry's health is critical for their playoff positioning, especially with the Warriors sitting at 0-3 all-time in the play-in tournament, a scenario they want to avoid at all costs. Coming out in the third quarter, LeBron was more aggressive, attacking the paint and setting the tone for the Lakers. The team as a whole focused on getting inside more, but the Warriors continued to generate quality looks off offensive rebounds that the Lakers were giving up. After a Draymond miss, the ball moved around the perimeter to find Curry in the corner for an easy 3, another example of how second-chance offense can hurt the Lakers. Curry looked fine physically, and the Warriors continued to hunt for favorable matchups, switching onto Luka with Curry, successfully getting him going. The Lakers worked harder and played more connected, but they couldn't contain Golden State on the glass. Luka found his rhythm, especially with LeBron off the floor, finishing the quarter with 9 points. Pairing Luka with Jackson Hayes worked well, but there were too many moments when Hayes wasn't on the floor with Luka. That's a pairing the Lakers need to lean on when LeBron sits. On the other end, Kuminga kept dominating, drawing fouls, scoring, and running the floor hard, giving the Lakers fits all night. Despite their efforts to attack the paint more in the third, the Lakers only outscored Golden State by 2 points in the quarter. It looked like Luka might take over in the fourth, especially after finding some rhythm late in the third. But the Lakers also needed more from their outside shooters. Gabe Vincent, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Austin Reeves had been quiet from deep, but Austin Reeves caught fire early in the fourth, scoring 8 quick points in the first 3.5 minutes. Finally, the Lakers had some perimeter shooting, but Golden State's bench responded once again. This Warriors bench is their best since 1971, and they thrived in Curry's absence thanks to strong defense and smart plays from Draymond, Butler, PJS Kawhi, Moses Moody, and Jonathan Kuminga. The leadership of Draymond and Jimmy Butler stood out, constantly talking through defensive coverages and setting the tone. LeBron stayed aggressive in the fourth, relentlessly attacking the rim. But every time the Lakers made a run, the Warriors had an answer. Draymond hit a big three to keep the lead, and even when the Lakers cranked up their defensive pressure, forcing back-to-back turnovers, they couldn't quite close the gap. Reeves kept hitting big shots, but the Lakers couldn't finish a defensive possession without giving up an offensive rebound. A late 11-2 run by the Lakers brought them back into the game, but Steph hit a dagger three off a vintage Draymond screen to seal it. Kuminga added another clutch bucket, finishing with 18 points off the bench. His playoff readiness is undeniable. Rui also exploited mismatches late, using his size against Curry for easy buckets. Down the stretch, both teams traded big shots, but with Golden State in control, they just needed to hold on, which they did. Even when the Lakers had a few opportunities, like LeBron finding Rui for a dunk or Reeves hitting a three, it felt like time was running out. The dagger came from a sideline out-of-bounds play, where Golden State faked to Curry, isolating Jimmy Butler against Austin Reeves. Butler then drew the foul, and hit both free throws to give the Warriors a 9-point lead. That's the Jimmy Butler effect, knowing how to capitalize when it counts. Then came the final blow. Jimmy pressured Luka into a trap, Draymond ripped the ball away, and sealed the game. But the Lakers kept fighting, as Reeves hit another big shot and LeBron stole the ball off an inbounds pass. They had one last chance, but Dorian Finney-Smith missed a three, then turned it over after grabbing an offensive rebound while trying to force the ball to Luka. The game ended with Golden State pulling out a 123-116 win. This was a crucial victory for Golden State, especially with the Grizzlies and Timberwolves winning as well. It's clear that Golden State has found something with their new starting five, now 13-0 since adding PJS Kawhi and Moses Moody. With Jimmy Butler now part of the mix, Golden State looks like a legitimate contender. They're 20-4 with Butler, and his clutch decision-making and high IQ have made him a seamless fit. Add to that the resurgence of Kuminga and Brandon Pajki off the bench, and Golden State feels deep again, exactly what they'll need for the playoffs. For the Lakers, the spotlight falls on Luka Doncic. LeBron did his part, Reeves came alive late, and Rui was a problem all game long, but Luka didn't rise to the occasion. That's tough because this is his team now. He has to lead like a true number one option. Golden State had a game plan for him and executed it perfectly, taking Luka out of his rhythm and out of the game. That cannot happen in the playoffs if the Lakers want to go deep. Both teams will have a lot to think about, especially if they meet in the first round of the playoffs, something that seems likely for Golden State. Two things stood out. First, you can't expect Luka to hold 19 points on 35% shooting in every game. Even with great defense, Luka can break loose at any moment. So how will the Warriors respond when he inevitably heats up? Secondly, Rui Hachimura caused all kinds of problems when the Warriors tried to hide Curry on him. Rui put up 24 points on 60% shooting, exploiting mismatches. If Luka and Rui get hot, that's a tough combo for Golden State to handle, and they might have to make some adjustments. And then there's Brandon Pajki, who was electric, dropping 28 points on 59% shooting, with 22 of those in the first half. He and Kuminga carried the offense early, which was huge. But relying on young players like that in a playoff series is a huge gamble. In the end, it was a strong team effort from Golden State, but this is a win they're unlikely to repeat over a 7-game series. If they can get continued contributions from their role players, it'll make a big difference. But to win a series, they'll need Jimmy and Steph to lead the charge in all 4 quarters. For the Lakers, they absolutely need to improve their rebounding and transition defense. They came out strong early but didn't keep it up. Golden State grabbed 14 offensive rebounds and converted them into 23 second-chance points. That's a huge swing. Jonathan Kuminga also killed the Lakers in transition, scoring 18 points, most of it from outrunning the Lakers on the fast break. But the Lakers found something in the second half when they attacked the basket more. LeBron led the charge, finishing strong or forcing defenses to collapse, creating kick-out opportunities for open shooters. They're at their best when they play this way, letting the game come to them rather than forcing threes or trying to outshoot Golden State. If Luka improves his play and they clean up their decision-making, they have a real shot. Where do I stand? I've been all in on Golden State since they added Jimmy Butler. They're a deep, dangerous, well-coached team. But I still lean slightly toward the Lakers in a 7-game series. They have the size, rebounding, and matchups to exploit Golden State's weaknesses. I trust that their coaching staff is already looking at this game's film and finding ways to expose Golden State's smaller lineups. But make no mistake, Golden State remains one of the top 2 teams in the West. Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button if you're excited for the Warriors' playoff push, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Have a great day.